Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This video is just a follow-up to the video I made about the masculine and the feminine energy, and basically saying and asking the female survivors to, examine if their masculine energy is overriding their feminine energy, and which is actually contributing to them attracting weaker men, users, takers, because that masculine energy in you is just radiating, providing, and protecting, and basically taking the lead. That type of energy is not going to really attract too many men that are the same way, because they want someone that they can provide and protect for. And you guys are going to be butting heads at that point. Okay. So someone asked me a question of how did I change my energy? And also, how do I change my energy when I'm a single mother? Well, it's about renewing my mind, renewing my perceptions, renewing my standards. Yeah. So I took a look at my standards and I thought about what was acceptable to me and what wasn't. What about it in my previous standards that was putting me in a position of being a caretaker, of being a protector and a provider? It was dealing with men that weren't financially stable. So if I change that standard to say, hey, I'm not going to deal with a man that's not financially up to par. I don't care how nice he is. I don't care how else he contributes to my life in every other way. If his finances are out of whack and I can't see him as a head of a household in that way, I am not going to deal with him. And that's just that. And that's my standard. That is the standard I suggest all women have, really. The way my mind works, the way I perceive things now after my life experiences, these broke men don't even deserve to be having sex. Are you kidding me? Where they deserve to be having sex? They should be out there trying to get themselves together so that they can earn the right to get with a woman one day and provide for her and eventually be able to be intimate with her. No broke man should be having sex and creating babies, okay? And that's how I feel about that. But this is deeply engraved in my mind because I see what happens when a man that's out of order does these things. Now we got a single mom over here carrying his weight, struggling. That's less advantageous for the child. Even if this single mother got herself together and, works really hard and gets into this other place, how much time does she have to spend away from her child doing it? And did they get dragged through the mud in the process? God didn't create it for a woman to carry all that weight. So we have to be very careful the type of man that we lay down with. Because what was sex really created for? It was created for procreation, and it was created for bonding a husband with a wife. That's why we have these soul ties. When we sleep with people, we're bonding with them. And if we're sleeping with people that aren't our spouses, aren't, our long-term partner, people that we know that's going to be around, then yeah, we're going to be connecting ourselves and taking a risk of procreating with them. Because no birth control is really 100% than abstinence, okay? Things can happen. People have gotten pregnant on birth control. And then that'll put you in another situation. Oh, are you going to take a Plan B pill now? Or you're going to feel comfortable and sleep good at night having an abortion? It really depends, But it creates situations, let alone the STDs. It's particularly if you're sleeping with a narcissist. So how do you change that? By changing your mentality. Like, this isn't something that is forceful to me. This isn't something that I'm trying to convince myself of. I legit feel this way. I legit feel like broke men shouldn't be allowed to be having sex and out here creating babies and causing issues. And, it becomes this generational thing as well. I feel like a man should be the household. I believe in chivalry. I believe in men opening doors. I believe in men paying things. Like, there has to be some accountability to his manhood. No, I don't believe in a man laying up under a woman and letting her provide for her. This is just deeply engraved inside of me. So, you know, after going through certain experiences of me being too nice and saying, you know what, he seems like a nice guy that's just going through some rough times. Let me go ahead and help him. And then, maybe this situation could turn around. I've helped guys get jobs, I helped a guy get the best job he couldn't, the best job that he's ever had. And guess what he did a few weeks after he got the job? He left before a Caucasian woman that was there. And I'm not bringing race into this as an African American woman, but I'm just saying that I helped him out. I helped him, and he still left me for the person who he really wanted. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other risk that you take when you deal with a guy that hasn't found himself yet. You can't be certain that you're his dream girl. You might just be the girl that's willing to accept him, while his dream girl is going to have those higher standards. Then once he meets those standards, guess what? Rockabye baby to you. And that investment you made in him, she's going to benefit from it. That's why you do not take no fixer-upper. And, another term for them are just dusties, really. You don't need to dust these men off. No. You're going to be ready or you're not ready. Come back when you are. You could say that to them if you're being nice. But, I'm already turned off because you should be ready. Don't be bringing no BS to me. I've been through enough. I've learned enough. I've learned through my lessons. So it's a mentality. It is legit a mentality to answer your question. And, as you can see, I'm very passionate about this. So it's very easy for me to say yay or nay, to see that you're not up to par. I'm not led by my emotions when it comes to this. Women should only be marrying up. All of this marrying just for love, and love can't pay the bills. Love can't pay the bills. And God is not going to join you with a man that cannot treat you the way that he loves you. Because the man is supposed to love you like he loves God, right? In that case. So God, he wants you to be the head and not the tail. He wants you to multiply and be fruitful in life, not to be broke and struggling. You can't even afford to give you a proper wedding, a proper ring. You're paying for these things. Are you kidding me? He's not ready to be a husband. We have to stop being desperate, ladies. We have to be willing to just wait, because we miss out on God's best, or we prolong it by intercepting things and taking things in our own hand and losing our patience. A man has to be a man. And even if he accepts you taking care of him, he's going to spend his time disrespecting you. Trust me. My narcissist, the former one that I don't want in that way, guess what? While that chick he's up under her, she's taking care of the whole household. And guess what he was trying to do? Sleep with me any chance he could. Be with me. And I know that it's not just me that he's doing this to, chances are. And even if it was, he's still doing that to her. And after she's doing all this stuff, because her purpose is being served, she is just a roof over his head. Now he can take his energy and try to sleep with the people he really want to be with. He really wants to be with me. I'm probably the only person in his life that's given him a challenge, that's seen his dustiness and said, no, that's not good enough. Go back to the drawing board. So that actually probably turned him on, like, dang, this is the one that just keeps getting away. Like, I really want to be with her, really. But he knows he's not good enough to be with me because he can't meet my standards. And on top of that, he's a narcissist. And he knows that I know this. I'm sure that he trolls my channel and he's watching all my videos. Hello. Okay. But trust me, it probably gives him a hard off because it's a challenge, and men like to have to step up and be a man. That woman is totally emasculating him by taking care of him like that. Are you kidding me? Like she got the penis in that relationship. Trust and believe. Come on. She's taking care of everything. Bought him a car and a dirt bike, providing for all of that. She's paying for it. So ain't no room for him to feel like the man in that situation. So he gonna have to cheat on her. He's gonna have to look outside of that relationship. And y'all like, he don't have to, but guess what? He will if he want to feel like a man. He's going to come to a woman like me that's not going to be taking care of him and try to see if he could, but he ain't to the place yet. You know, hopefully, I don't know, maybe in time she could dust him off further and get him where he really needs to be. But the second she does that and make him independent, he going to leave her behind. Because now he could feel like a man, he don't need her. He'll put her on the side and still take from her. And he have to throw her pity sex here and there to keep her in a loop. But this is how a man like him thinks. She is just a stepping stone. Trust and believe. The second he don't need her in life, he gonna toss her. And then he's gonna go for the woman that he really wants to be with. So stop picking up these men when they are still in progress and they have not found themselves. Because they ain't ready to be no leader if they ain't find themselves. They're gonna lead you to what? Be the man of the relationship. Because you're going to be trying to give him guidance. You're not his therapist. You're not his mother. You're not his maker. You're not his fixer. Let him do the self-work that he needs to do to earn the right to be with a good woman like you. Let him do that work. So this is a mentality. This is a mentality. Think about your children and your children's children. You know, and for some of us that have already done it, you know, we can't change the past, but we could certainly look at the present and the future. We don't have to keep dealing with men like this. We can stop this cycle. Okay? We can't do anything about what has already happened. You know, I feel bad because guess what? Yeah, I chose to give that narcissist a chance at some point. And then once I found out who the person was, I tried to break away, but, you know, the person abused me, you know, the person abused me. That's what I'm going to say in that situation. And then I was stuck to make some decisions. I seen 2 heartbeats on the screen and I'm like, you know, I got to do what I felt like I was going to do. I made a pact with my God that I would not have that abortion. I wasn't looking for it, but these babies have blessed my life and given me love beyond. God knew I needed twice the amount of love after dealing with a person like that. He knew I needed twice the amount of love. And that's why he gave me 2. He gave me 2. I needed twice the love. That's how abusive this person was. I needed twice. I'd never been disrespected and humiliated and dishonored and abused this way by anybody else. It took me I had to go through my process to get over this, but I finally learned some valuable lessons, and I will never deal with a man like that again. And even if he's not a narcissist, if he is just not up to par, I will never settle in my life. I will never bend. What I deserve is what I deserve, and I will never bend on that ever again. And that is just a mentality. And guess what? When you really have that mentality flowing in your head, you're going to begin to attract the givers. I attract givers in my life now. I attracted them before, but I attract even more of them now. Because I wasn't really just this woman that was looking for people to take care of. I was just gullible when I met a man that seemed like a nice man going through a hard time, and then, you know, letting it become my business to help him because I wanted to try to build with him. No, he should have already built something to show you that he can be the man in your life. Look what I did for myself. Yeah, I'm a good man, you know, not we're building together. No, don't be a builder girl. Do not do it. Trust me. More than not, that ends up bad for you. All that energy you got to put into building on man. No. But like I was saying, I attract givers now. I have men doing things for me. I ain't sleeping with them. I ain't kissing them, but they just want me like that. So they're doing stuff for me and they're trying to earn to have me in a certain way in their life. And I get stuff done for me all the time, okay? I'm a single woman and I am dating now. But like I said, I attract the givers now. I attract men that have things to offer because that's my energy is just vibrating on that level now. I have no choice. Them dusties, they try to come my way, they getting plucked. They getting plucked real quick. They ain't going, as soon as I find out, I ask basic questions. Do you live on your own? You have your own place? Do you have your own transportation? What do you do for work? Or are you a business owner? Them 3 questions right there will get rid of a dusty real fast. Start asking them questions in the first conversation. You can find out measuring his manhood real quick off of them 3 questions. That don't make you a gold digger, and so what if you were? People really, that word gold digger, society just some dusty guy created that can't provide for a woman. There's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to know where a man stands in his life. How I'm going to let you lead me and I don't know nothing about your stability. That's like, okay, you're running for president and we don't know nothing about you. How are you going to lead the country? We need to know about you. Okay? So guys, this is a mentality. So how did I change it? I learned from my lessons and it was a mentality. And I really wasn't naturally this person anyway. I'm a very feminine woman, actually. I love to be taken care of. I've dated millionaires and I enjoy that lifestyle. Are you kidding me? Going out to 5-star restaurants, to shopping, the weekends away, and just that protection that I feel knowing the way that this world build up, currency matters. I will take that lifestyle over a dusty any day. Okay. So it is a mentality. I think my pitfall, like I said, was I just had that gullibility when I met a guy that seemed to be super nice and just going through a rough patch. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe, he just needed a little bit of help. Now, I wasn't going to carry all the load, but I would help him in certain ways, but I still wasn't able to help him completely, like just move in my house and do nothing. And are you kidding me? I never went that far. But even what I was doing was stepping out of bounds, okay? And that's not what I advise you guys to do. They're ready or they're not. You worked hard for your money. No woman should be paying for no man, and no broke man should be having sex, okay? And creating babies and issues in society. All right, guys, so this is a mentality. Change your standards, change your perceptions, and really mean that. And even if you don't, just start, fake it till you make it for now, because what's good for you. It's like saying, okay, I don't really like eating broccoli, but, I need to be having more vitamin A, vitamin C, whatever. I need to be eating more greens. I need to be eating more salads. I'm just going to start eating them. And guess what? Your taste buds start changing in about 3 weeks to a month. And all of a sudden, those salads start tasting better. And you start seeing the benefits from it. And it's like, oh, okay, I can do this. So sometimes we got to fake it till we make it if we know that we're doing the wrong things and we need to correct it. We like getting that, taking that crack and that high from it, but we know that it was devastating our life. So, okay, yeah, I'm going to say no to this. I'm going to stop doing this. And over time, you build your resistance away from it. Same thing. Because sometimes, our flesh is louder than our common sense and our logic, and we're doing things that's hurting our lives. If you want things to be better, you have to make a change. God gives us free will. He gives us a roadmap and he gives us the free will to choose though. All right, guys. So we got to make better decisions. We have to renew our mind and decide, hey, I'm not dealing with no more broke dudes. I'm not dealing with guys that aren't ready anymore. I'm not taking on those projects. I have enough to deal with, and I don't deserve that anyway. I deserve a man that's ready. God and the person that's for you, he's ready. He ain't going to be taking no money from you. He ain't going to be taking from you. He's going to add to your life, okay? So if you're meeting a guy that needs to take from you right off the rip, he ain't the one. He certainly ain't ready. And he's just a user. And what type of real man is comfortable taking from a woman to begin with? You really have to think about that. Okay? And dick is not a trade-off. That is not, okay, I'm going to give you this. Now I can have access to all your material goods. Oh, please. You can get that from a man that has. Okay? Please. We can't let our flesh, oh, just because he got a big one. We have to evolve. We have to evolve. Because then what you going to get? You're going to get that big one, that broke big one. Hopefully it doesn't have STDs. You're going to pump a baby in you. And then what? When you struggling, when you out here 9 months pregnant, still working to take care of your household because he's broke. And you can't even be the woman and focus on bringing a whole life into the world. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. He can't even take care of you while you're carrying his seed and you're vulnerable and you have to go risk your life to bring his seed into the world and he has nothing to offer you. He can't take care of you. And then you're going back to work when your baby is an infant still, newborn, 2 weeks, 2 months later, 3 months later. You can't even take a year off. You can't even be home until they go to kindergarten, something. You can't even get adequate child support when he act up because he never had stability in his life. Come on, that is setting us. That's a fail. We don't deserve that. What's done is done for those of you that are in that situation, but you should be making sure you never hit that situation again. Your kids deserve better, and you. I hope this message helps someone and clarifies, hey, how do you change that masculine energy? By being the woman, by changing the way you look at things. It's certainly different because the lady said, well, you're taking care of your children. How do you not be masculine? Because my mentality is different. I'm doing but there's no way that a man's going to be in my life and I'm still going to be working this hard and doing all of this. No, he's going to be paying the mortgage. He's going to be paying the rent if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no man laying up in my house that's not paying the mortgage, the rent or whatever that is, and those bills. How can I bring a man that's laying up with me in my house around my children and he ain't the head of the household paying all the bills? Are you kidding me? I'm not even going to go away from my children and lay up over his house if he ain't paying half the bills or all the bills in my house that he don't step foot in. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. He gonna be minimally be paying half the bills to a household he don't even step foot in, even if I'm going over to his house. Yes, you have to show me something. You have to be stronger than that. Are you kidding me? I'm not giving you the precious parts of me. You ain't providing nothing for me, and all I'm walking away from that house is with a wet butt. Are you kidding me? We have to up those standards, lady. They'll do it. Unless he broke and dusty, he not. And in that case, he don't deserve to be touching you. He don't even deserve to be smelling you. We got to do better, ladies. We got to do better. Any other questions about this, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments. And, maybe I might have to make another video. But, this is just the way I see things. And I love it. And I ain't changing it. And, it's what I advocate. All right, guys? And it's certainly the way my daughters will be. My sons think that way. They'll tell you real quick, and they're 16 years. My son is 16. He said his wife ain't working. Are you kidding me? He wants his wife home with his children, no matter how brilliant she is. She won't have to. If she still wants to do things, that's what she's going to want to do. But he will never push that on her. He will never do that. He looks at that like that's foreign. Because I made it very clear. Look, what you see me going through is because I dealt with the wrong kind of guys. But I don't want you guys to ever be like that. And they're like, are you kidding me, Mom? They flinch at the idea of the twins going to daycare. And that's why we work around that situation. But this is how I bring up my sons and my daughters. They're already, please. My daughter ain't having that. I already told her, I don't care how nice he is. I don't care how kind he is to you. If his finances are out of whack, you are not to take him serious or talk to him. That's it. Don't let him bring no BS your way and shortcut you from what you deserve. It's not your fault that he's not ready. And he can't provide. Please. My daughters, they will never, ever. And if I had a mom doing that to me, I wouldn't have done it. But we have to talk to our youth. We have to intersect them. We have to tell them and show them. I tell them all the time, and I use my life as an example. But I do get child support from my ex-husband every week. That's how we know he alive. That's the one thing he could do was work. He always kept a job and good benefits. Okay? So yeah, that wasn't never the problem in our relationship. That was not our problem. So he wasn't a Dusty. He just had abusive and controlling and insecurity, and he was an alcoholic, and he tried to kill me when he blacked out. So those were our problems, not him bringing to the household. He wanted me to stay at home, but it was for controlling reasons. He wanted me to stay at home for controlling reasons, though. So, you got to decipher the abusive guys out here. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, and hopefully this provided clarity to the person who's asking me, how am I still feminine even though I'm taking care of my children? And providing for a household. Well, I got to do what I got to do until I have a husband again, or until I have a serious partner in my life. But I'm not doing it from a masculine point of view. Please, my sons, they do all the heavy lifting and stuff. When stuff need to be done, I have guy friends. I'm dating. Yes, I have people that come cut my grass, front yard, and back lawn. And look, I ain't even kissed the dude. Okay? So until I get serious with one man that will do all of these things, I just do what I do. But I'm not sleeping with anyone. Not that I had to even disclose that. But I get things done for me still because they're trying to earn me. They're trying to get to that point with me. So. But all right, ladies, until next video, take care.